We have some good news from the continent. Tanzania has achieved 128% in food self-sufficiency. In fact, the country said that it is exporting food to neighboring countries. There is more to this news. Here is what is shared by Business Insider of Africa. And here are the main points you can take away from this article. First of all, Tanzania has achieved 128% food security, and it's exporting surplus produce to neighboring countries. Tanzania has become a processor and net exporter of cashew nuts, which is a rarity among African countries, as it is mostly processed by Asian countries. The third point is that the African Development Bank has supported Tanzania's program, providing 10 acres of land to each use and supporting their training. Beautiful. It sounds very interesting. Now, Tanzania's food achievement of 128% food security, it's allowing it to export surplus produce to neighboring countries. Now, this is according to its President Samia Suluhu Hassan. She announced this development at the end of last month at the World Food Prize Norman E. Borlaug International Dialogue in Iowa. Now, the session titled Bold Measure to Feed Africa was moderated by Akinwumi Adesina, who is the president of African Development Bank, and also featured Sierra Leone's president. Hassan explained, meaning the president of Tanzania, explained that after achieving food sufficiency, she said, quote, "We are now working on quality, accessibility, and affordability, and how to minimize post-harvest losses." She continues, "We realized that now investing in agriculture is much more costly than investing in the sector." Do you get it? Adesina, I mean, the African Development Bank president, has commended the president of Tanzania for her leadership and determination, also crediting her, strong political will as key Tanzania's success in food security. He noted that other African nations are following suit, signaling the continent's readiness for major investment in agriculture and food production. I think Ethiopia is also one of those countries because it reached to a point that it does not need to import wheat. But you all know how the politics of wheat works in the world. The minute an African country says it has achieved food self-sufficiency and do not need any wheat from outside, then that's where you get dumped all the wheats, the expired one, this and that. I mean, it has happened to Ethiopia, it has happened to Kenya as well. Then they send it from Ukraine. Now, this is an old wheat. This happened actually a couple of years ago to Ethiopia. And that wheat, guess what? It's supporting Ukraine's economy at the cost of Ethiopians' life. Or put it this way, supporting Ukraine farmers' economy at the cost of Africans' lives. This is what they do. They say they buy, the whole world buys that in millions and billions that wheat and dumps it in Africa. And they say, oh, even the headline was so disgusting, sending wheat to the hungry Africa. I mean, literally in the 21st century, that was the headline that came out. So the minute a country announced, so let's see now, I mean, watch my word and see, follow carefully what will happen to Tanzania, okay? Continuing in the article, Tanzania has also achieved a new milestone by becoming a processor and next exporter of cashew nuts, which is a rare thing amongst African countries, as cashews are typically processed in Asia. Additionally, Tanzania has made remarkable strides in rural electrification, with nearly 100% of its 12,300 villages now connected to the grid, according to, again, President Suluhu. Well, how many people live, we don't know, but I mean, to really give 100% to all those villages, whatever the number is, it doesn't matter, but that's good progress. Backed by investment from the African Development Bank, Tanzania's Creating Job for Youth and Women program is targeting the country's 65% of youth population with training in farming, agriculture, livestock, and crop farming. Tanzania's president also said, the 10 acres of land gift to the youth who are taking, this training, and also 11,000 have already benefited, meaning 11,000 youth or Tanzanian youth. She said at the end, we thank the African Development Bank for supporting that program. I mean, it's really interesting for Africa's Development Bank to participate in such things. I mean, he's a good, I think he's a good leader. He has a good reputation, Dr. Adesina. He's from Nigeria. He has supported the same thing in Ethiopia. It was in his, it was really, there was a close relationship between Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and Dr. Adesina of the African Development Bank, and he has been visiting those wheat production in Ethiopia, in various parts of the country, and yeah, it is something that is really also implemented now in Tanzania and in other. It's well done. I mean, when you do good, you do good, and when a country has a success story, we have also an obligation to come and report it and give it a credit. It's not only just conflict and other things that are happening. There are some good things that are happening that we need to support. One of my reservation on this Tanzania thing is that, prior to President Samia Suluhu Hassan, the president was Magufuli. You all remember President Magufuli was wonderful, really a Pan-African leader that we lost him, one of the 3 people we have lost during COVID. Supposedly, okay? It's allegedly that it's kind of they removed him in the name of COVID. That is the word. That's, I mean, in fact, it came also through publication, but allegedly, yeah. Anyway, so he has started a lot of revolutionary programs that he started for Tanzania. And most of the things, what she's doing is just finishing what he started or implementing what he introduced. So I really, really want for Africans to develop this thing, appreciating what was before them, and so that same can be done to them when another leader comes after them. So please, if President Samia or her advisors can hear this, appreciate what also President Magufuli has done to the country. This standard gauge railway, for example, it was one of his projects, but it was like it was all her name that was glorified and everything. I mean, nobody has mentioned his name. It is in his name, the project. But the thing is, let's learn to give credit to our predecessors so that our successors can do the same to us. And in the meantime, also you can teach the youth, because most of the time what's happening is that demonizing the predecessor, even if there are some things that they have done good, so they can get that part of the history, meaning the youth or the citizens of Tanzanians, that they can learn something. Those who have experienced Magufuli, they know who he is, but the small children, that if you don't make it available, or to the coming next generation, if you don't make it available written in that way, or teaching the students of now, then they will have no memory or what he has done to his country. But this only, now we are talking about Tanzania, and I mentioned this, but this applies to most of the countries in Africa, and that's something that I really do not like. Yeah, let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this? If you are also from Tanzania, what do you think of those programs that the youth are given 10 acres of land, and that they will be trained into farming, crop farming, whatever, in all types of agriculture thing? Let us know in the comment section. If you are one of them, we would love to hear from you as well. In what kind of thing it affected your life, or it impacted your life, so that others can learn, because many really do not think about to go into agriculture. That would be a good thing. One good leader that is really encouraging is that the Burkina Faso's leader, Ibrahim Traore. He really goes, support, talk to students of agriculture, encourage them, give them land, and he really tells and lectures that food sufficiency is the most important thing. If we do not feed ourselves, that means still we are enslaved. Those are the things that he talks about to the youth of Burkina Faso. But yeah, congratulations to Tanzania, and let us know in the comment section. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Give it a like, share the video with others. You may please support the channel through our PayPal account. It's in the description section. Bye for now.